Subscribe to Automation Studio channel and press on bell icon for new video notifications. Hey guys, welcome to Automation Studio channel. In this particular video we are going to cover the build and installation of iOS iPhone application over on simulator, or how can we prepare the build. So as compared to the Android, iOS is not simple as it is. As we know, like in Android, you can create the debug build while performing the reverse engineering with the help of the .apk file. So you can easily create the debug build and then you can use it for your automation testing purpose. But it is not possible in the case of iOS. So in the case of iOS, you have to look for a free projects available in the GitHub, and then you have to download it. You have to understand the build process for that, and you have to then create a build with the help of xcode, and then you have to install over on your simulator or devices. So it's a tedious process sometime, but you should have to know what is the correct process to do it. So we are gonna see in this session how to do that, and what are the applications available, native application available for the testing. We are just creating the native application here for generating the builds, because for the native application, here is the challenges how to do it, how to get the app for the native applications. In order to deal with the web, so we can easily perform the web testing, because already Safari is inbuilt in the simulator, and over on the Safari you can just load any URL, and then you can perform the testing on that. But in the case of native application, you require a native app, and which is a tedious process. So let's move to next slide. So here are the few points which I have listed. Why it's required to build an iOS app for testing, and why can't we use any downloaded iOS app. We can't use any downloaded iOS app because first of all, it's not a debug app, and it's overall come from a different signature. So for the debug app, there will be no signature, and it's a development app, so you can use in the testing. And for Appium automation testing, you must need an develop debug app. So these are the reason why you can't use any downloaded iOS app. And why it is required to build the iOS app for testing? Because the reason here is the same. You need a debug build. When you will build it from your machine or within your team, if you are a part of a team, you can do some development activity or testing activity. So whatever the code with you are going to generate the build, it gonna install those certificates, gonna install in your device when you will use the device, or it will give you permission to perform the testing and generating the debug build into your simulator or devices. So that's why you need a debug build, and that's why you require to build an iOS app for testing from your own machine. What is a debug build and why you need it? So a debug build is nothing but a development build, so that you can perform the testing and you can test the app. So that's why you need a debug build. Why can't you use this simulator app into device and vice versa? So you probably aware about the simulator. So in our past videos we have seen this the app installing in the simulator. We are and there will be some apps you are installing in the real devices. So in the real devices, you might be aware about that you need IPA file .ipa, but in the case of simulator you need an .app file. You can't install the app file into device, because when you will generate the simulator app or device app, then it will prepare the build for the simulator as per to its configuration. It's like simulator is nothing but a program which is running in your machine. So it will, the components whatever comes with the or compile with the build, is just nothing but a simulator program based. But if you will generate or create a device build, then it will add some hardware component like which I have supports, and so that's the reason when you will try to install similar app into device, so it is not possible to do that. So that is the major difference with this. So these three questions are you should know it, because it might be possible if you are going for an interview, people can ask these questions. And the one thing what we have discussed earlier, like why you can't perform the reverse engineering, because of the restriction and permission violation in the case of iOS. So as we know, like in the case of Android, it's developed on Java, so many much more tools are available easily to do the reverse engineering thing on the .apk file, but that is not possible in the case of iOS. That's why it's become a tedious process how to generate a native build and then how to use it over the automation testing. Okay, so let's move ahead. So I have downloaded the three projects from the Git, and these projects are for the iPhone native apps. And from these three projects, I have created the three native app, and I have installed for my simulator. You can see that the round and a split, airport, and the parties. So let's have a look on these apps. So let's start with the round and split. So this is just a basic native app which where you can practice on the buttons and the number pads. And they have provided some information on this configurational screen, you can say, or menu screen, and where you will get the toggle button as well. And here is the navigation is also available, and it's just a basic app. So when you are very new to the iOS native app automation, then probably you should start with this. And so this is a AMP Power app, so it's nothing but a study app. So here you have to deal with just only data, and for this app they have provided the navigations, and even though they have provided some video also, you can play it and the video will get play. And here's the done button they have provided. If you click on that, it will quit the video, and you can scroll the land. And also in this app you will get the login functionality. You have to click on the already account button or register button. So here's the sign in screen. So here you can provide the email ID and password. Suppose let me type something like that, and like this. Let me sit down. Okay, so like this it will go. So let's open the party one. This third one is the party app. So this is much a good app as compared to the above two apps. So here you will get a lot of things to try. So here's the full list view, and here in the top right corner you can see the small icon for the map. So it will give you the map view also in this app. You can try and play around with the maps also. This app looks like some fed on iPhone 10. I don't know what is the reason. Apart from that, we have this gear icon which will throw you to this menu window or about window. You have many options here you can try. Even this option is also available, this particular one. If you click on that, it will give you the pure native components of the iOS, so you can play around with this also. Let's close it. And here's the tick mark. So what about this tick mark? If you click on any item, so it will providing the details. So see, plenty of native components you are getting here. So as many as native components you will get in the automation, you'll practice, and that will be beneficial for you guys. So here are the images, and if I will say I am going and check mark and go back, if I will click on this, So I have put the check mark for this event, so it's showing me over here. If I will go here, then it's showing me as a checked. Here's the navigation, which will let you to the website, which is nothing but a web view. So so you remember we have covered the web view related few of the sessions, so you can go ahead and watch it if you haven't watched it, and you can look like how to switch from the native to web view, because we have just switched from native to web view. If you have to deal with this icon or option, or if you have to click somewhere else, then you have to probably switch to web view, and then you have to perform the actions. And basically this particular component is a native component, so no problem, you can still access it and go back. So I think this particular app will help you for the starting with the automation here. Unfortunately, there is no login functionality in that. I'm gonna show you how I have built this app. Firstly, I have downloaded how I have downloaded, and once after the download, what are the build steps I have followed in order to build this app, and then how I have installed in the simulator. And once I have installed it in a simulator, then I have extract from the xcode project, and I am using it as an app for the automation testing for the Appium. So you have to just build it once, and then you can use as many as time. So it's just a one-time activity, and then you can use it. But if you are looking for some new components or some different components, native components for the iOS, then probably you have to follow the same way or the similar way what I'm going to show you just now. Okay, let's move to browser now. Okay, so this is the channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe it. Yeah, so this is the link for the iOS projects. I will provide this link in the description box. So if you scroll down, it will give you open source iOS apps which are free, and here are the categories which you'll found. So let's say there is a calculator, so if you click on that, it will provide you the bunch of varieties of calculator available here, the sample apps. Suppose let's look for this Swift one. If you will expand it, let's say reactive native, if you will expand it, you can click on screenshot, and it will show like this. So once you will use it, it will show like this. And here is the particular URL to download it. It will go over here and go down, and then it will show you the instruction to build it. So because there are a variety of projects, and they are using so many open source libraries, so there may be the order or the procedure of the building the application is different. So it's not like same, just download and load in xcode and then just build it. It's not like easy as is. Okay, so you can just look around for these projects. So all these projects are not for the xcode 9, because I have the xcode 9. I'm using xcode 9, and when I come across to try few of the apps which is only for xcode 8.3, so you have to keep in mind like which version of xcode you have, so that once you're gonna try another app, then you have to probably keep in mind for which iOS version it supports, and what xcode you need, and the probably if you are using for the Swift, then which version for the Swift you are using for. Okay, so this is the link, whatever the application I just shown you, and the parties app. So this is all about that. I downloaded from here, and just it's a very simple processor to download it and use it. I'm going to show you here now. So the first thing, you have to come to this website, and then you have to click over here, and then just you have to download this as a zip file. Okay, once it will download it, um, then you will get something like this when you will extract it, because once you will download it, it will download the file in the zip format, and then you have to unzip it. Once you unzip it, then it will come like this. So what you have to do first, go inside this project folder, and you are able to see there is a port file. So for the port file, whenever you will download any project and there is a port file, then you have to fire one command first, which is port install, and once it is completed, then the further process, you can perform the further process. So what the port install will do, it will download few of the dependent libraries. It will take some time based on how they have defined it, and after that you will be all good to build your project. Also, I need to mention two things here, like this is a xcode project and one is xcproject. So for the port file related projects, you have to use xc workspace rather than xcode project file extension. Okay, you have to open this in the xcode rather than this one. Okay, so this is how I have built it. So what I have done, I am into this particular directory, and then I have mentioned this command port install, and once I have done this, it's downloaded these many libraries, and after that it's done. So how to do that, it's very simple. So I will show you. Just go back. So here is your directory, right? So you have to be inside in this directory. So let me open a new window. So you can say cd and just take and drop this. Okay, and say list. So these are the list inside this folder. You can see inside these assets and all. Okay, now here you can type port install and hit enter. When you will hit the enter, then it will do the downloading and installing these many dependencies. It may vary project by project. So once it is done, then you're probably good to go. So let me uninstall this app first. So let me uninstall this. Now it is installed. Okay, so once you are gonna try to build this project, make sure your simulator is up and running, and after that just right click on this as a part in xc workspace, because I have told you before this port related the project, so you have to use the xc workspace. Right click on that and open with xcode. I'm using xcode 9.2. So yep, so here is the xcode, and this will look like. So here's the xcode, and the project is loading over here now. So xcode, if you are new to xcode, so here is the folder icon. So if you click on this folder icon, it will show you the basically projects. Okay, so here is your project, and this is the play button. It looks like a play button, but it's generally it will run your app over on this particular whatever the device you have selected. So it's not a device. If you click on that, you will get a list of simulator available in your machine. I'm going to use iPhone X, so whatever the simulator you have started, so just select it and then just run it. Make sure you should have to do it's a clean build, so go to product and use clean option, and then you can probably try this plus button now. So what it will do, it will first compile this thing and it will prepare the Appium file, or this is a simulator, so it will install the .app file instead of IP file. If you are using the real device, then it will create the IP file and then it will install. So now the app is getting installed, and now I'm running it through the xcode. So you are able to see here this stop button is disabled now. Let it be. It's asking for the permissions. Let's say allow, and now here you go. And now here we go. Perfect. It's got installed and everything's like the same what I have demoed before. Okay, that's good. Now go to xcode. Now you have launched this particular app through the xcode, so it's running through the xcode. Now you have to stop it first. So when you will stop it, it will close this app. So let's stop it. If you will come here, see it's stopped. Okay, now what you can do, now whatever the app we have just installed in the iPhone or simulator, we want it to use it for our further testing, so that we should not build it again and again. So what you have to do, you have to just click on this folder icon, and then you have to go to products, and here you will find the parties app. If you right click on this, you have to click on show in finder, and from here you can pick this, copy this particular app, you can close it. Now you can close the xcode as well, integrate it, and now you can keep it in your favorite directory or folder to use it. So let me delete it again and show you how to use it. So now I have this parties app. Let me drag and drop here. So see, now it's installing. Perfect. I will run it. It will run same as how we have compiled it. So this is how you can try to download the iPhone project as project, and you can compile through the xcode, and you can create your app, and then you can consume your app for further automation. Now you have the native app which you can use for your automation purpose. So make sure the extension should be .app. So for the simulator, the extension should be .app, and for the real device, the extension for the apps are .ipa. Okay, so you can't use the same build for the real device, so you can't use the .app file in the real device, and vice versa. So you can't use the IPA file over on the simulator as well. Okay, so keep in mind, if you are using simulator, you should have to create the .app by default. If you will select you have to build the app on the simulator, it will create the .app file only. Okay, so this is all about this the process of downloading the iOS app from the Git, and after downloading, how to build it and how to load in the xcode, and what are things to take care and to understand. If there is port file related projects, then you have to probably first do the port install, and after that you have to load your project in the xcode, and then you have to perform the clean build, and once it is done, then you have to stop the execution from the xcode, because you just run it from the xcode. Once you will stop it, then you can just further go narrow down in the product folder, and you can extract the .app file for your simulator or for your real device. In real device case, it will be IPA. Okay, now what we are going to do, let's use this app in the Appium automation for the iOS. So I'm gonna take this parties app, whatever I created, I'm gonna copy it in my automation project, and now I'm gonna launch it through my automation code. So let me minimize it, and I have started the Appium server is running. As you can see, here's my Eclipse. So in this Eclipse, I have put under the apps the parties app which we have created just now, and I have created one sample class parties app test, and within this I have just added the code to launch the native application. So in our previous videos we have seen how to launch the native app uh, using capabilities available for the Appium. So the same set of capabilities I am defining here along with the app path, if you can see over here. So this is how, guys, like, so that's why, guys, you have to follow the previous video, because all the videos are in sync. So if you will miss a few of the videos, so that it may possible, like in this video you may not get the context for what we are talking about. So if you are new to this channel, or you haven't watched the previous series of the Appium iOS, so please go ahead and watch it, so you will be on sync. So what we are talking about, and from where the code we are referring. So we have taken this code from our last video, even though I will provide the link for that video in the description box. And what are the changes we have done? So this is the automation name xcode test, and the platform name is iOS, device name is iPhone 10 11.2 version. UDID is for this particular device is this. How to find UDID? You have to just open the terminal and says instruments minus s devices. So instruments space minus s and then space then devices. It's minus s or s, I don't know, but you can try with this and you will get all the list of the simulators. From there you can copy this particular UDID for the model of iPhone X 11.2, and you can put over here. And after that I have defined the app. For the app, this is the user directory, that means my current project directory, so that I can move it anywhere, but it will automatically get the absolute path from there. So it will give me path to my directory. In my directory I have the apps folder, and within apps folder I have this parties.app file. So I have this my folder, project folder. Within this I have apps folder, and apps folder I have my parties.app. So it will locate over here. And here is I'm defining the Appium driver, which is iOS driver, and here is my Appium server is running. 000 4723 is for the local host, and the port is default for 4723. And now I'm launching it and waiting for the 5 seconds. So okay, let's run it. Now I'm gonna run it. So see, there's no app as of now, so it's gonna install over here the app. See, now it's installing the app. Now it should launch it. Yep. So it's launched successfully. So this is how you can use this app for the automation, guys. So this is how what we have seen here. We have uh, downloaded the sample iPhone native app project from the GitHub, and then we have built it successfully, and from the xcode, and we have generated the .app file for our simulator, and then from there we have extracted for our automation use. So in the real-time scenario also, if you are working for a team, then probably you have to download your source code from whatever the repository, GitHub, or whatever the repository you are using there, and then you have to build it from your own for your simulator, or you can attach your real device also. Once you will generate it, you have to copy from extract from that particular folder, and you can use it for your automation testing. So this is how in the real scenario it works. So I hope this video will be helpful for you guys. Now you have learned like um, how to create the native app and how to use it for the automation. And now if this is especially for those people who are looking for the native apps, free apps, so that they can practice for the Appium or on the iOS native app, because iOS native app is not so easily available anywhere on the Google, because there are so much restriction, and there is complex procedure to build it. So it's not like the same app has the same instruction to build it, and that's why there are some challenging part involved in that. And even though for the iOS apps you can't do the reverse engineering like what you can do in the case of Android, because for the Android, lot of open source stuff is easily available in the market, because anyhow it's built on the Java, and when anything built on the open source, it's very easy to crack it. But here for the iOS, there are so many security concerns, and it's very difficult to crack it like what we can achieve in the Android. So yeah, that's it about this video, guys. If you have liked this video, please hit the like button. Please do the comment how you found this video, good or comments how can I improve it. If you really like this video, then please share it with your friends. I'm gonna post a few more interesting videos related to the mobile testing, and for other testing as well I'm going to start. If you are really looking for learning the new technologies, and you're looking for the new automation things, and in the automation new challenges, you want to see how to accomplish it, then yeah, this will be the channel for you guys. If you have liked this video, so please like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. I will see you in next video, guys. Bye bye, take care.